You believe you're free. Free to choose your job, your lifestyle, your financial path. But what if I told you that your financial freedom is a carefully crafted illusion? Right now, you're a part of a system that thrives on your illusion of control. Every choice feels like it's yours, but it's not. It's a pre-coded script. You think financial discipline is your tool, but it's actually the shackle. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed. Your brain is on autopilot, running a program called cognitive bias. You think you're making choices based on reason and logic. But in reality, every decision is a result of subconscious programming. It's a loop. Your brain loves comfort and predictability, so it defaults to what it knows, even if it's damaging. You're not lazy, you're loyal. Loyal to a routine that never lets you win. Let's talk about the lie of luck. You think success is a lottery, but that's just a comforting myth. Luck is the smokescreen. It hides the true nature of your financial decisions. You're not waiting for a windfall. You're stuck in a feedback loop of hope and disappointment. The brain loves stories, and luck is the ultimate bedtime story. It keeps you asleep at the wheel while you coast through financial mediocrity. Here's another twist: financial discipline. You've been told it's the key to success. But it's really a tightrope walk. The myth of discipline keeps you looking down, afraid of falling. Your brain is wired to avoid loss more than it seeks gain. This isn't discipline, it's loss aversion. It's a constant state of fear masquerading as control. You're not disciplined, you're distracted by the threat of loss at every step. Finally, the myth of choice. Every financial decision feels like freedom, but it's a mirage. You're in a desert of scarcity mindset, dehydrated by the illusion of abundance. Your brain tricks you into believing you have more options than you do. But each choice is a mirage, evaporating upon closer inspection. The truth is stark: you're not choosing. You're reacting. Reacting to a scarcity script embedded deep within. So, you think your budgeting skills are bulletproof. But here's the glitch: mental accounting. You classify money into arbitrary categories, thinking it gives you control. This isn't strategy, it's a cognitive trap. You feel safe managing buckets, but they're just labels. This trick makes you spend more on what you label fun money, while starving your savings. Your brain loves compartmentalization. It makes you feel organized, but it's a ledger of lies. You're not managing money, you're running a psychological shell game. You believe in the power of willpower. It's your go-to defense against overspending. But here's the irony: decision fatigue. Your brain gets tired, and willpower depletes faster than your bank account at a sale. You think you're strong, but you're just running on empty. The more decisions you make, the worse they get. It's like trying to win a marathon on a treadmill. You're not out of control, you're out of energy. Every no weakens your defenses, setting you up for a catastrophic yes. This brings us to the concept of sunk cost. You've invested time, money, or energy into something, so you keep going. It's not rational, it's a cognitive glitch. You think you're being prudent, but you're clinging to losses like a financial barnacle. The more you invest, the harder it is to let go. You aren't committed, you're trapped in a feedback loop of past decisions. It's not about what you've spent, it's about what you're losing by holding on. Let's dissect scarcity mindset. You think scarcity sharpens focus. But it's actually a fog. Your brain becomes obsessed with what you lack, not what you can gain. It's a one-way street to panic buying and impulsive decisions. This mindset narrows your vision, making you blind to opportunities. It's not prudence, it's panic masquerading as necessity. You're not cautious, you're cornered by your own perception. Scarcity doesn't make you smarter. It makes you scared. Lastly, the illusion of control. You think you're steering your financial ship. But every financial storm reveals your lack of preparation. The control is a facade, a mental safety net you cling to. You plan and predict, but the unpredictability of life is the real captain. You aren't navigating, you're negotiating with chaos. Every unexpected expense is a shock, not because it's unexpected, but because your illusion of control shatters. You're not steering, you're reacting. First, let's tally the cost of mental accounting. Over a lifetime, this habit can erode your savings and inflate your spending. You think you're allocating resources wisely, but you're just playing financial Tetris. Now flip it. Imagine using this instinct for mental categorization to build wealth. Redirect it. Create categories for investment, education, and opportunity. The trick isn't to eliminate mental accounting but to reprogram it. Turn this bug into a feature. It's not the labels that need changing, it's the content. Decision fatigue feels like a curse, but it's a hidden ally. It forces you to automate and prioritize. Instead of seeing it as a drain, use it as a guide. It highlights what truly matters in your financial life. Automate savings. Prioritize spending. Let fatigue dictate the essentials. This isn't surrender, it's strategy. By acknowledging decision fatigue, you streamline your life, saving energy for the choices that count. The goal isn't to eliminate decision fatigue, but to harness it. Now, the sunk cost fallacy. It feels like a trap, but it's actually a signal. A signal to reassess and recalibrate. The cost isn't in what you've spent, it's in what you're willing to lose. Use this as a pivot point. Recognize when to cut losses and redirect resources. This isn't defeat, it's evolution. Your ability to let go of sunk costs can free up capital and energy for more profitable ventures. The challenge isn't in moving on, it's in recognizing the right time to do so. Scarcity mindset is a lens. A lens that distorts reality, but also sharpens focus. It forces you to scrutinize every expenditure, every financial decision. Flip it from a barrier to a tool. This mindset, when redirected, can teach resourcefulness and innovation. Instead of scarcity, see potential. Use this pressure to find creative solutions and alternatives. You're not trapped by scarcity, you're propelled by it. The key isn't to ignore scarcity, but to leverage it for growth. Finally, the illusion of control. It feels like a lie, but it's actually a framework. A framework that sets boundaries and goals. Instead of seeing its limits, recognize its potential. This illusion can be the bedrock for discipline and resilience. By setting parameters, you safeguard against chaos. Control isn't about predicting every outcome, it's about preparing for the unpredictable. Turn this illusion into a blueprint. Not to confine, but to empower. The trick isn't in control itself, but in how you wield it. Let's talk about the single most powerful shift: automate your savings. This isn't just about convenience, it's about bypassing your brain's natural resistance. By automating, you eliminate the decision fatigue that comes with choosing to save each month. Make it a non-negotiable line item, like a bill. This tactic tricks your brain into treating savings as a fixed expense. This automatic protocol not only secures your future without conscious effort, but also frees up cognitive resources for other financial decisions. It's a small shift with monumental impact. Next, implement the 24-hour rule for purchases. This isn't about self-denial. It's about reclaiming control over impulsive decisions. Your brain is wired to seek immediate gratification. Waiting forces a pause, allowing your rational mind to catch up with your emotional impulses. During this pause, evaluate the necessity and impact of the purchase. This protocol not only prevents impulsive spending but also strengthens your decision-making muscle. By delaying gratification, you're not just saving money, you're reprogramming your brain for long-term thinking. Adopt a budget for the unexpected mentality. This isn't mere caution, it's strategic foresight. By setting aside a fund specifically for unforeseen expenses, you create a buffer against life's unpredictability. This practice transforms chaos into calculated risk. It prevents the financial panic that typically accompanies emergencies. You're not just preparing for the worst, you're ensuring it doesn't derail your financial stability. Consider this your financial shock absorber, smoothing out life's inevitable bumps. Embrace the power of incremental change. Small, consistent improvements compound over time. This isn't just about setting goals, it's about creating a system. A system that prioritizes progress over perfection. Each small victory rewires your brain's reward system, reinforcing positive financial habits. This approach turns daunting financial goals into manageable milestones. You're not just changing your finances, you're changing your neural pathways. Your brain evolves from seeing mountains to recognizing stepping stones. Finally, redefine your financial identity. This isn't about what you earn but how you perceive your relationship with money. Shift from a scarcity to a growth mindset. View money as a tool for potential, not a limiting resource. This shift alters your financial narrative, influencing every decision. You're not just changing habits, you're rewriting your internal script. By redefining your identity, you align your actions with your goals. Money becomes a means, not an end, propelling you towards a future of intentional abundance. You've now seen the invisible chains, the hidden scripts. What you thought was discipline was merely default settings. The comforting narratives of luck and control were nothing more than comforting myths. The financial freedom you chase sits on the other side of a mental reprogramming. You're not a victim of circumstance, you're the architect of your cognitive biases. The moment you embrace this, the moment you see the illusion for what it is, you're no longer a participant in the game. You become the designer. Think of your financial life as a system. Systems operate on rules, not wishes. The secret isn't in trying harder, but in designing better. By understanding the mechanics of your brain, you bypass the default errors. You shift from reactive to proactive. The power lies in the design, not the desire. You're not a slave to your financial habits. You're an engineer of your financial destiny. The moment you realize this, you stop playing by the old rules and start creating your own. Now, look at your finances like a chessboard. Every move has consequences. You're not a pawn, but a player capable of foresight. The habitual patterns that once dictated your moves are mere suggestions, not commands. You have the power to anticipate, to strategize, and to pivot. This isn't about making the right move every time, it's about understanding the board. You're not waiting for a checkmate, you're planning it. This is your financial endgame, and you hold the pieces. Remember, every financial decision is a vote for the person you wish to become. You're not just buying products, you're investing in your future self. The glitches and biases are merely opportunities in disguise. Each cognitive reframe is a step towards liberation. The chains of modern slavery aren't external, they're internal scripts waiting to be rewritten. You're not just changing behavior, you're casting a vote for freedom. A freedom that's designed, not found. So, here's the mic drop. Stop trying to break free from the system. Instead, learn to game it. The real power lies in understanding the code, not fighting the constraints. You're not a prisoner, you're a programmer. The only thing standing between you and financial mastery is the decision to rewrite your mental script. Game on. Let's revisit the myth of financial freedom. It's not a destination but a journey of constant recalibration. As you navigate this path, remember, freedom isn't the absence of constraints but the mastery of them. Your financial landscape isn't a fixed map, it's a dynamic terrain that requires adaptability. Every financial decision is a waypoint, guiding you through evolving circumstances. You're not lost, you're learning to chart your own course. The power isn't in reaching a final destination but in mastering the art of navigation. Consider the power of compound interest. not just in finance, but in habits. Small, consistent changes compound into significant transformations over time. This isn't just about money growing in an account, it's about growth in your cognitive landscape. Each positive financial habit reinforces the next, creating a ripple effect. You're not just saving dollars, you're investing in a mindset shift. The real dividends are paid in mental resilience and strategic foresight. The compounding of habits is your true wealth. Embrace the idea of financial resilience. This isn't about avoiding failure but learning from it. Each financial setback is a lesson disguised as a challenge. By building resilience, you transform obstacles into stepping stones. You're not deflecting adversity, you're absorbing it and converting it into strength. Resilience is the bridge between chaos and control. It's the skill that turns financial turbulence into a strategic advantage. Remember, true resilience isn't about never falling but rising every time you do. Explore the concept of financial identity. It's not fixed, it's a narrative you construct and reconstruct throughout your life. Every decision, every shift in perspective, contributes to this evolving identity. You're not just a consumer, you're a creator of financial stories. These stories are the threads that weave your financial tapestry. By consciously crafting your financial identity, you align your actions with your values. Your financial journey becomes a reflection of your personal evolution, not just a sequence of transactions. Finally, redefine your perception of success. It's not about accumulating wealth but achieving balance. Balance between your aspirations and actions, between today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. Success is not a static achievement, but a dynamic equilibrium. As you pursue this balance, remember, real success is living in alignment with your values, not someone else's definition. You're not measured by your net worth but by the richness of your journey. The ultimate currency is living a life where your financial decisions resonate with your true self. Start with the concept of opportunity cost. Every dollar spent is a dollar not invested elsewhere. It's a simple yet profound realization. By understanding opportunity cost, you become more intentional with your choices. This isn't just about money, it's about energy and time. Treat every decision as a trade-off. What are you gaining, and what are you sacrificing? Recognize that resources are finite, but strategic allocation can maximize their impact. You're not just making purchases, you're making strategic investments in your life's narrative. Explore the psychological mechanics of FOMO, fear of missing out. It's not just about social events or trends, it infiltrates financial decisions. The anxiety of missing a deal or an investment opportunity clouds judgment. Recognize FOMO as a cognitive bias that can lead to impulsive actions. Counteract it with JOMO, the joy of missing out. Find satisfaction in steering clear of the frenzy and sticking to your plan. Embrace the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're not chasing shadows but building substance. Next, address the sunk cost fallacy from another angle: emotional investment. You cling to decisions not just for financial reasons, but because of emotional ties. Recognize when emotional attachment clouds judgment. It's not just about cutting financial losses, it's about freeing yourself emotionally. By detaching emotionally, you gain clarity. This clarity allows you to pivot and reallocate resources more effectively. Emotional liberation from past investments isn't just a financial strategy, it's personal growth. Consider the power of diversification. It's not just a financial principle, it's a life strategy. Diversification protects against volatility and uncertainty. Apply it to skills, relationships, and experiences. By building a diverse portfolio in life, you create resilience and adaptability. You're not just hedging against financial risk, you're enhancing your capacity to thrive in varied circumstances. Diversification isn't about spreading thin, but about enriching your base. It's the art of balancing depth with breadth across all facets of life. Finally, revisit the concept of financial literacy. It's not just about understanding numbers, it's about understanding narratives. Financial literacy empowers you to decode the stories numbers tell. It's the key to transforming data into decisions. As you expand your literacy, you rewrite the narrative of your financial life. You're not just learning to manage money, you're learning to master it. The ultimate goal of financial literacy is to turn complexity into clarity, empowering you to make informed decisions that align with your values and vision.